Welcome, welcome, welcome to Craveable. This is Tanya Daka of Badass Digital Inc., TanyaDaka.com. Sales pages they won't want to leave without clicking buy. Now, you know that is the ultimate. When you have people commenting on your sales pages and you have people clicking your buttons and saying, yes, I want to talk to you and I want to talk to you right now, then your sales page has done the job it needs to do. And we're going to learn how to do that with some visceral emotion, because that's how I do things. Very viscerally. It's visceral stuff, digs up under the flesh. Anyway, 8 out of 10 people will read the headline of your copy, but only 2 out of 10 are going to get any further than that. And we are going to get you to increase that number, because you're not going to write snoozy copy. I am, as I said, Tanya Daka, and I'm copywriter to Bold Business's multiple six-figure coaches, a contributor to a campaign for a $61 million brand. That was my crowning jewel, and we are going back in, and I write copy for franchises and small businesses too, and I've been knee-deep in copy for about 6 years, and I'm still setting shit on fire. So I am here to teach you how to do what I do that makes my clients multiple 6 figures. Sales pages are, in essence, your 24/7 employee. They're standing there to welcome all those people from across the globe who happen to be awake when you're not. They're there for you to say, hey, you want more information on my program? Here's the sales page. Go check it out. If you have any questions, let me know. That kind of thing. Keeps you from spending a lot of your time with people who don't resonate with your brand or with what you do or with your needs or their needs and so forth. So you want to start collecting the thousands of dollars you've been throwing away every month by not having a sales page in place, or not having an effective sales page, or letting those other 6 out of 10 people that we talked about slip on out the door. Sales pages can make or break your profit margin, so pay attention. I'm going to show you how to get into the emotion so that you get more revenue. Now, there's a flow to sales pages. This happens to be a flow that works very well with service-based industries. If you've got a product-based business, you might want to hit me up. Let me talk to you about some external pieces that need to be put into place. But this is a really, really excellent flow for service-based businesses, coaches, and that's it. Let's start off with a heart-stopping headline. Now, when I write my sales page, I write my headline first. It is not always the headline that I dig with and I roll with with the final, but this is a starting point. It is a focus, and what I do, I will get into that in the next slide. But bloody body copy comes after that headline. And then we're going to intro the pain meds, and then we're going to tell them why you're the best healer for these wounds that you're helping them create. And then we're going to talk about credibility and remind them of the pain, and then closing the loop back to the headline. So let's dig in, because I know you're busy and I know you have things to do. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's rock and roll. You want to craft a headline that shows you understand their pain or their deepest desires, okay? And that is what is going to get them to read line 2. That's going to get them past the headline. It's going to make them one of those 2 out of 10, only we're going to increase that number, by researching what it is that they truly, truly want and need from your services, okay? This is of the utmost importance, because this is the crux of all of that. If you understand their whys, you can understand how to craft a headline that really, really picks at them from the beginning, okay? You want a headline that speaks to their deepest desires or their worst pains, one or the other. You can't generally craft one that's both. Well, I guess you can, but it's going to be a little longish. But that why is where you get at the emotion, okay? Why does Jane drive a VW instead of a 4Runner? Why does Barbara drive or listen to John Denver instead of Lamb of God? It's the why behind all of that that gives you a peek into their soul. And then you use these words, and you're going to craft a headline that really, really pulls that out. He's gone, but he'll never be forgotten. Pull at that heart from the first letter and you'll get them to read that second line. This could be a headline for a romance coach or even, hey, Legacy Box could use something like that. Now, what to do after you've got that emotional headline that really triggered their need to read further is you create the lead. This is the body copy that sets up the problem for the sales page. Okay. You don't send the heroine into battle without telling the reader what she's going into battle for. Otherwise, you've lost her from the beginning and she's not going to read any further. Just like a movie, just like a book. We're not going to read any further if we don't know what the purpose of the struggle or the challenge is. The lead also reminds them of the why they need you. Okay. Why you are the one to get rid of their pain. And you only want to speak to one or two pains in this, and the really, really big ones go here, because the other ones we're going to address later on. We're going to catch their attention with the one or two biggest pains or deepest desires. When you generalize the benefits, you lose, period, straight up, because everybody does it. When you generalize the benefits and you say, I don't know, vacation, family vacations, kids in top-notch schools, and buying off the rack or buying designer clothes without checking the price tag is still very vague. Actually, that last one is probably not generalization. But when you say things that don't speak to particular details, they get lost. And they're like, this is the same crap I've already read. So look for the pain and use it. Imagine you never have to leave home and commute to the office again. That's one of those generalizations. What I would say in lieu of that would be no more mornings sitting behind the wheel, listening to podcast after podcast, and not getting anything done because you're stuck in traffic again, kind of thing. Or the opposite, roll out of bed, head straight to your desk, and start cranking out the cash money, kind of thing. Okay? So generalizations need to be replaced with details in order to keep your copy interesting, engaging, and read. Because as with all stories, we don't identify with the actual events, but the emotion that surrounds said events. So this kind of speaks to what I wanted to tell you about those details. A lot of people veer away from the details because they're like, oh, what if I don't know what brand of car she drives, or I don't know what she wants to buy, what designer she wants to buy from. But what you do understand, or what the reader does understand, is not the detail of the brand of the car, but the emotion that resonates from that event. Okay? Think about a book you've read. Think about a movie you've watched. You have not gone and fought dragons to go save a princess from some whatever, evil whatever. But you resonate with the struggle of having to overcome, challenge after challenge after challenge to get the thing that you want. Okay? So it's not the details. And here's another example. I talk about bourbon. I talk about motorcycles in my copy. I talk about metal music, but my clients, none of them do that. None of them ride motorcycles. I have one, I think, that rides a motorcycle, and I have probably two that drink bourbon, and I have maybe one that listens to metal music. And of all of them, of all of my 350 plus and still growing clients, they all say to me that my copy resonates with them. It's not because they drink the bourbon or because they ride the motorcycle or because they listen to Lamb of God or they listen to whatever. It is because they identify with the emotions that I've used to associate those things with. Don't be afraid of the details or of using the wrong details. You want to bleed for them because it is a story. You want to take the pain that you know they're struggling with and really slap them in the face with it. I know, it's a brutal, brutal job, but it's so much fun. And you express that you understand you aren't just throwing, when you express these story details and you express that pain, you let them know that you're not just throwing empty words, and they say, maybe there's something behind this. Paint them a soul-capturing picture because you are an artist when you do this. So your job is to write that emotion for that sales page as though you were writing the world's greatest screenplay, because that's what it is. It's a story. Here's your pain. I understand it. I've been through it. I know it. And here's the solution. And then here's why. Okay? After you've done a little dancing with the lead, you're going to go into bullets. This is where you're going to really dig into the struggles. This is to top off those two or three that you, or those one or two that you started the lead with. So you're going to get into all the struggles here. If your bullet list is 15 long, don't do that. Okay, we're going to break it up. But get into bullets that list the struggles, but do it in a way that allows you to address the benefits as well in the same bullet. So stop struggling with your weight every morning because we do 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then you're going to get into a little recap, revisit those wounds, and you're going to season those wounds with benefits. So when you do it, it's not necessarily going to be a very long, wordy thing, because long and wordy doesn't do very well. It needs to be engaging, so it needs to be entertaining, and it needs to be shortish, but enough, not too much. We're going to get into some more benefits. We're going to talk some more about why this is so awesome. I'm really, really glad you asked, because when we go through this 6-month program, what will happen is you gain the confidence to look your husband in the eye and say, I really think we need to communicate more, thus changing the entire dynamic of your relationship, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So we're going to talk more bullets. We're going to talk more about the benefits that we're going to get into in this program, whichever program you're selling. Another little recap, again, not long, a little reminder, hey, you remember these weights and this confidence issue that you've been struggling with? We're going to address those, and life is going to be grand again. Street cred, brah, street cred, because you cannot, because they do care what their friends think. End of conversation. Robert Cialdini said in an influencer that there are 7 factors that get people to buy. One of them is social proof. They want to know that their friends have used your products, or somebody like them, maybe not necessarily them, maybe not necessarily their friends, but somebody who relates to what they've been through has used your services and they have had wonderful results. Now, let me make a little pause right here. I do not lump street cred right here. Street cred is peppered throughout the copy. Usually I'll have it either punctuating a bullet point section above or below. It depends on where it flows with the copy that I'm crafting for that client. But street cred is best scattered throughout, because if you have it all lumped into one space, they're going to stop reading. They're not going to read through all that and they're going to skip it. But if you have like your best one there at the top and there's like, I really need to read more because Jane Goodall loved what she did with this. Okay, let me read some more, and then get down to another bullet section. Hey, there's another testimonial. So it doesn't interrupt their flow to the point where they stop reading if you've got them peppered throughout. Then you're going to get into the details, because if I'm going to pay you $10,000 for a 6-week program, I want to know that I'm going to be on Skype with you however many times during the 6 weeks. Is it a 1 week or 1 day a week, 1 hour a week? Okay, let me get that right. Is it 1 hour a week? Is it going to be 3 hours a week? Is it going to be, as needed, or what? And I also want to know that I'm going to have more than a Skype conversation or Zoom or whatever technology you happen to be using. I want to know that there's going to be more than a Skype conversation included in this. I want to know that I'm going to have some kind of support, that I'm going to be able to ask you questions in between these sessions, that if you've got downloads for me to do as homework, or what, am I going to walk away with an actionable strategy? Anything that you're providing during this program, during whatever program, you want to have it outlined in this, because it validates the purchase and it wipes out doubt. It removes anything that says, hey, you're paying $10,000. There's not really enough stuff you're getting there. Okay. So yes, the benefits are there, but how are we going to get to those benefits? And then we're going to close. And this is the crowning jewel. This is where you do a little dance and you recap those wounds and you close with a line that circles back to your headline. This closes the gap. This brings everything full circle, and it really says to them, you know, this is complete. You know, you don't leave them hanging. And you use a call to action that does not say, book your discovery call now. Okay? Use a call to action that really speaks to their heart. 6 weeks, yes, let's talk. Or something that is not in line with what everybody else is saying, because if everybody else is saying it, their brains are shutting down and they're not reading it. Okay? Use a call to action that is different, that makes them want to click the button besides book your discovery call now. Okay? Again, we're going to go back over the flow. I told you I was flying through this for you because I know you're busy. Once you've opened their wounds, this is the flow. You've got a heart-stopping headline, the bloody body copy, the intro to the pain meds, the why you're the best healer, your credibility, reminding them of that pain so that they can say, yes, I need to fix this, and then closing that loop back to the headline again. That is how you use visceral emotion to increase your profits. Go over to the Facebook page for more copy. For more copy hotness. That's TanyaDaka.5 over on Facebook. Sign up for the list if you prefer more frequent hotness, because I do drop emails, but not every single week. Maybe I'll send 3 in 1 week, and maybe I will only send 1, and maybe I won't send any of that at all. But whatever I send you is going to be something that you can use, and I'm not ever going to share your shit because I don't like it. It's shady. But if you're ready to outfit your entire site with visceral emotion, book your free 15-minute jam session. Let's talk about how you can do that. If you've got questions about producing copy that is for product-based businesses, whatever, click that little link. I don't know if you can't click it, but find the link and let's get on the horn and talk about how to increase your profits. My goal here is for you to take what I use to write visceral sales pages and make your profits increase as you grow and you learn to use growth strategies that are going to maximize your exposure. Because when you take these sales pages and you learn to spread the word about your business, these sales pages are going to become more and more effective for you. Okay? That's it. I appreciate your time. You're a fucking rock star for being here. And hey, I think I went the whole time without swearing. All right. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.